Hey guys, I wanted to make a video on what you need to do in Shadowlands, specifically for Affliction Warlocks in PvP. This video is essentially going to act as like preparation for the start of Season 1 and moving forwards, especially for Arena. I was extremely overwhelmed at the new systems added when it first got released and announced, so I wanted to make this so that PvPers know exactly what you need to do. In this video I'm going to cover Covenants, gearing, enchants, conduit locations, legendary locations, as well as what you need to do on a daily and weekly basis, as well as what you can do in downtime to get yourself best prepared. Just keep in mind that I could be wrong with some of the things, but I am pretty confident that most of it is reliable and accurate. Now, before we get started, most of the information I got from this video for this video came from Medivh's spreadsheet. Shown right here, which is an incredibly useful resource. It basically details all the systems in Shadowlands and tells you what to do. However, it is really lengthy, so this video is going to be a summary of the important points of that guide that will be applicable specifically for Affliction Locks and PvP. Save you a lot of time. I'll also throw the link for this in the description of the YouTube video. So when Shadowlands comes out, you'll want to race to level 60 first, and then finish all your campaign stories to unlock Covenants, and also unlocking your first Soulbind. I'm going to go with Night Fae, personally, to eventually get the Khorane Soulbind. If you want to hear why I'm picking Night Fae, go to my last video. Anyway, first up is the Renown system. Within your Covenant, you can gain something called Renown at a rate of 3 per week, which when leveled, allows you to gain a number of perks, such as more Soulbinds, more Conduit slots, and Stamina, amongst other things shown on this list here. In order to do that, you need to do these 3 things listed over here, which is first grind 1500 Anima. This is really easy, I think. You kind of get Anima from everything. For example, an RBG win gives you 250 Anima. Rescuing souls from the Maw, which is a quest, doesn't take long, but can be annoying if there's a lot of people. And also there's a story campaign chapter quest. I think you get one new one every single week, so make sure you do all 3 to hit the Renown limit of 3 per week. You need to get to 22 Renown, or week 7, in order to unlock the desired Soulbind, Khorane. Over down here, you can see this is the weeks. On the 7th week, it will become available if you're getting 3 Renown a week, so it is really important you keep up to date with that and do it every single week. There is Renown catch up though, so if you do fall behind, it's not the end of the world and you'll be able to catch up pretty fast. Secondly, for gearing, you want versatility above everything else because of this 2-piece PvP trinket set bonus we have here. What it does is it's a 40% verse amp essentially. It doesn't include the damage reduction, but the damage and healing benefits only. It does make versatility the best stat in the game, so verse is king. You put it on sockets, put it on enchants, everything. After verse, you want haste, so gearing up before the season starts, M0 and M+, or M+ isn't really available, but M0 is the best way to get easy item level. You can do BGs for honor to cover the remaining pieces which don't have haste in verse. However, I really wouldn't recommend putting in the time for grinding for gear until the season starts, because Mythic plus gear from keys is it's the easiest and the best stuff to get at the start. That being said, if you want to put in the time, you want to do dungeons with haste verse pieces that preferably prioritize verse more, but that's not really available. So the dungeons you want to do are Mists, Plaguefall, Spires, Necrotic Wake, and Theatre of Pain. The other 3 over here don't drop any haste verse pieces, so you kind of want to avoid them for PvP purposes. Once the season starts though, I wouldn't really put so much effort into doing this, because PvP gear is far and away the best for PvP finally. Only 2 pieces don't have haste and verse, but verse is always prioritized, and I'll just show you quickly on the Conquest vendor. Every single piece has verse on it, and it's always the biggest stat, so we love that. For enchants, you want to get 20 stamina plus minus speed increase. There is an option to get 30 stamina, but the minus speed increase does work inside Arena, so that's better. You're always going to be kiting, so we really want that. For a chest, 30 stats, braces, 15 int, rings, 16 verse, and for weapons, Celestial Guidance. And what Celestial Guidance does is it increases your int by 5%. It's just a proc. Thirdly, you need to get conduits. The conduits we use are Accrued Vitality, Demonic Momentum, Fell Celerity, Shade of Terror, Focus Malignancy, and Rolling Agony. The first four, these four, drop from the raid, and Focus Malignancy drops from Theater of Pain, and the other side drops Rolling Agony here. It's also interesting to note that on the Conquest vendor, Focus Malignancy is actually there as well, but I think this might be a bug and not intended for live. Conduits can be upgraded with an item that I'll go into later, or by doing a higher difficulty of M+ or Raid. So for example, in Castle Nathria, Accrued Vitality drops at 200 item level on normal difficulty, and on Mythic it drops at 226. Conduits drop in addition to loot as well, but it's RNG based, so you could get screwed over and be unlucky, but I think you'll get them eventually anyways. Fourth, the legendary you want is Sacrilash, which increases your corruption damage and also applies a slow for 50%, meaning you never need to press Curse of Exhaustion. This is by far the best one, and you don't need any other legendaries currently. It comes from Torghast on layer 3 for a Skuldus Hole. I will go into Torghast a little bit later, but I believe you can get this in the first week. This can be crafted on pants or boots only, and upgraded to 235 item level. It's very important that you craft this on pants, and the reason for that is, compare the two. So this is the feat version, which has 44 int, 70 stamina, 43 haste, and 43 verse. Now compare that to the pants version, which has significantly more stats. I know I'm wearing the boots right now, but on retail you definitely want to get the pants, because chest, helmet, and pants has the highest stat budgets, and because the legendary can go up to 235 item level, you want to prioritize that over putting it on your boots. You get more stats. Moving on, something you need to do daily is called the Maw. This zone sucks. It's a zone that allows you to farm reputation and a resource called Stygia, and we care about it because at a certain rep point, max and basically revered, you can buy sockets for a total of 6 sockets, and you can also buy conduit upgrades, random conduit upgrades. So this is going to help you a ton, especially if you don't raid, and I mean sockets are always great, it means you get more verse. If you don't do mythic raids, good luck getting any higher item level conduits, so this is what you can do every day instead. Basically what it is you go into the Maw, which is a zone, and you do events, kill rares, or daily events, and that rewards you with reputation and Stygia to work towards buying these 2 goodies here. As you do stuff, there's a debuff called the Eye of the Jailer, which stacks up from level 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 5. At 5 you get a debuff where you no longer gain any Stygia or Venari reputation, and at that point you also start to die, so you need to leave. This resets every single day at the daily reset. It's basically like a daily minor vision from 8.3 in BFA, and it doesn't take that long, apparently 10 to 15 minutes, but this is gonna get tiring pretty fast. But do this every day until you get full sockets and conduits, very important. Another thing this guide actually recommended to do every day is complete daily Covenant quests. I couldn't find any reason to do this for PvP, and I'm gonna do it until someone tells me that it's a waste of time, because I don't want to miss out, but I'm pretty sure for PvP it's skippable, so you don't really need to do this. Moving on, Torghast. Torghast is new content in Shadowlands, which is very similar to BFA's Visions. Apparently it takes about an hour a week to do, and you can clear it twice. You get legendary reagents. It's called Soul Ash, and what it does is you can use it to craft legendaries as well as upgrade them. So you have to make sure you do this every single week on the highest difficulty you can in order to get your legendary upgraded as soon as possible, and crafted as well, because the Affliction Warlock one is really good and important for PvP. I haven't done this myself on the beta yet, so if you are gonna do this, I really would recommend Googling or YouTubing a guide from someone who's done it before, because you don't want to, I mean, although access is unlimited, you don't want to waste time in here, and I'm not sure how hard it's going to be as well. Okay, so now that we got all the weekly and daily chores out of the way, there's one more thing you need to do actually. You need to grind ANIMA, which is something that drops from basically doing anything in the game, like playing Arena, doing Mythic Zeros and stuff like that. You can buy upgrades for your Covenant Sanctum, which is essentially like your garrison or class hall in a way. One of the rewards is a command table, so you can send your followers out on missions, and one of the rewards for that actually is getting Soul Ash for upgrading and crafting legendaries. I think ANIMA shouldn't be that hard to grind, and you will get it eventually, so but that is something extra to do. Apart from that, I would recommend doing M+ keys to get gear at the start if you can be bothered, but farm a lot of BGs, especially before the season starts. So how the gearing works now is you buy PvP pieces with Conquest, which you gain from like rated arena and stuff like that, and then you upgrade it with Honor. So every time you buy a piece, you're gonna have to upgrade it with Honor, and it's gonna add up. So at the start of the expansion, you're gonna have to farm a ton of Honor. If you want a more in-depth video on that, check out Stoop's video. He released it today. It explains it a little bit more, in better detail as well. But yeah, basically, you want to farm a lot of BGs. Literally, spend hours in there every single day if you can, because I think it's gonna cost a lot in order to upgrade everything to max. Anyways, so for a quick recap, everything you need to do. First of all, do your renown stuff weekly to unlock your soul binds as soon as possible. By week 7, you'll have Korain. Secondly, do Torghast weekly for legendary crafting and upgrading. Thirdly, do your more dailies every single day until the Eye of the Jailer hits level 5. You want to be able to get those sockets and conduit upgrades as soon as possible as well. Farm certain dungeons for gear plus conduits. Basically, the other side and these 5 are good. Halls of Atonement and Sanguine Depths are basically useless for PvP if I recall correctly. And in your spare time, do BGs and farm ANIMA. Alright, so hopefully this wasn't too long and will help prepare you with a checklist and a little bit of a short explanation for how things are going to be. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I'll be streaming on launch and doing all this stuff, so if you're confused and you have any questions, just feel free to come to my Twitch channel and ask.